Welcome to the second BT Breakdown Toronto, where we break down local artists from Toronto, songs, lyrics, music video, art, or whatever needs to be explained. I'm your host, Smith Bay, and with me is Cmr Outlaw. Want to tell my amazing weird peeps about yourself?
For sure, yeah. It'll be awesome. Yeah. My name is Claudio Romano, and I'm a outlaw country singer. I'm also heavily influenced by the blues, like Rory Gallagher, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I grew up in Vineland, Ontario. I moved a lot of places. I've been a lot of places. I've been moving since I was a little kid, always changing towns within a year, and music has been guiding me throughout all those times I've been moving, so it's been keeping me strong.
Awesome. Music is life, guys. So, what inspired you to start writing music?
It would be from the time my grandparents first showed me all like Elvis, and actually Elvis would probably be like the first guy who got me into music and influenced me, but the very time that wanted me influenced to play guitar and to sing was the band 3. My grandmother had a 70 CD that she popped into her, it was one of those vinyl players that had a CD in it. And she started playing it, and then the track All Right Now started, and that's when it just blew me away. I told my mom, I was 6 years old, and I'm like, I want to start playing guitar, so we moved to the city, found a local music shop. It was called Fun School Music, and I started playing, and the first day I learned my first song, which was All Right Now, which was cool.
Cool. So what's behind the name Cmr Outlaw?
Well, the funny thing about that is I couldn't find, because I found my name, because my full name is Claudio Maurizio Romano, and I just didn't think that was country enough. It's too Italian. So I thought, Stevie Ray Vaughan, he SRV, well, he had on his guitar, and it was just a cool nickname, so I'm like, okay, so I could kind of vibe off that, and I just took Cmr Outlaw, and Cmr, and then I'm an outlaw country singer. I love Waylon, Johnny, all those guys, and just kind of combined it. And funny enough, I combined heavy blues and country to get my sound, and that's the same thing I did with my name. So I guess that's what kind of stuck with me too.
Okay, cool. What made you want to start being a country/rock artist? Because I know in our generation, a lot of people. Well, I know personally, they want to be rappers or do pop, R&B. So, what made you just jump in to say, yo, I want to do country and rock?
I would say I'm not gonna say because I respect all genres and everything like that. Yeah. But to me, when I heard blues for the first time, when I heard B.B. King, I forgot what track it was. It was a live prison take. And just the soul of it, of his guitar, just the first note, it just blew me away. I'm like, that's what I want to do. Same with when I heard Paul Kossoff when he played that solo, All Right Now, and Moonshine. And it's just that soul, all that energy that's going in through an instrument. It's I just wanted to do the same thing. And with the country, it was Johnny Cash. He had such a strong voice. He had his voice was described as a golden voice because how powerful it was, and same with Waylon Jennings. He had a great voice. It was very unique, and just all the emotion, and I was relating to a lot of the songs too. Growing up, it's kind of a thing when you're listening to it, you're like, wow, it's kind of they knew my back life story. So it's all those influences and everything just made me want to do it, and I just said, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I want to make a career out of it, and I've been going at it so far.
That's so cool. Personally, I don't like country music, but then I love supporting you because there's so much people that I know personally, and I know other people just all want to be rappers. They all want to be in pop, and I'm so to see that you're doing country and being different from the rest is awesome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Alrighty, cool. So what song are we breaking down today?
Today we're gonna break down The Beast, and that's one of my favorite songs I've written.
So why is it your favorite song?
Just the attitude. It was kind of because a lot of the songs I've already recorded prior was because actually I should start off saying that the reason I want to be different from country music is a lot of it's just written standard tuning, right? It's just a very happy sounding. Even when it's sad, it's heavy, but it's just in standard tuning, which I have a deep voice, which I can also go high, but I have a really good bass voice, so I thought maybe tuning down the guitar to get that heaviness, which I'm also influenced by, like Black Sabbath and stuff like that. So it just gave me that vibe, and The Beast was my favorite song because of the attitude. Just like I wanted something like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, where he would just go in and hit the guitar, kind of like a Texas Flood, him just going at it. So The Beast to me was like, you know what, we're just gonna really go heavy, get into a dark subject matter, and just let all anger out as much as possible. And that's why I really enjoy it, because it's good to channel your angry channel, you know, to express that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna break it down now.
You know my name. Everyone is afraid. Cast down by my father. I have taken this world, brought death, not life.
Well, I'm telling the story, obviously, about the most evil one of all time, which is Satan. It's so funny to say it like that. But, yeah, it's... also, I should state the reason, the meaning behind that is because I'm talking about the story about, you know, how the devil became the devil, you know? So that... everyone knows who he is, you know. Everyone, even when you're young, you know, and someone says the devil, you already kind of have like an instinct of it being evil.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Everyone knows his name, and everyone's always afraid of the devil, you know. It's like you can mention even the toughest guy, you know, he would represent himself as the devil because he's using it because it is as a fear. And he was cast down by his father because he was once an angel, and then yeah, that's how he became the devil. So.
So are you saying that you are the beast?
Yeah. Going back to when I meant about the aggression in the song, saying I am the beast. Yeah, I was using that as more of a aggression, and, as kind of that character.
Okay, cool.
Spill blood for my pleasure, sickness, mankind. Destroyer, destroying all that I see. Make the children scream, yeah. Swam through the Black Sea. Darkness is my only home.
I could tell there's gonna be some people like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, it's kind of dark now.
So yeah, to be honest, a lot of it, to get into this, to make the song Real Evil, I had to do a lot of studying, reading about the devil and reading about everything biblical and non-biblical, you know, just getting to know him. And I thought the most evil places in the world, and actually the Black Sea, I remember growing up when I went to church, in the back of the Bible, there was a map, and on the map you would see the Black Sea, and I would always ask what the Black Sea was, and the Black Sea was something, when you're in it and you look down, you literally see nothing. It's just like, it's a lot of mud, and it's so dense, the water, so there's a lot of sharks and stuff, and a lot of dangerous, scary, and those fishes with like the light bulb on, like they're deep below, I guess. And, so I implemented that to bring more fear into the song, and like the children screaming and stuff, you know, that's just, when you see a horror movie, the two things that are scary in the horror movies to me are old people and very young kids.
Yeah.
So you know, that fact I, you know, used, and yeah, it's, the devil likes to spill some blood. And he always brings death, not life.
True.
I am the beast.
of clarity. So it's like I'm telling you what I've done and what I can do, and now I'm saying right to you that I am the beast, and I'm like in his perspective, right? And also again using it as an aggressive tool while on stage, and but the meaning to the song is, you know, like this is who he is. This is what he's about. He a very evil person indeed.
True. And then the Dropout, right? So it just goes back to lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Charles Dropout, my buddy of mine, he's a Toronto rapper. I believe the genre is trap rap, and I actually, it's weird because I wrote the song a very long time ago, and I always wanted him, because I met him actually at A Good Life because I did co-op for school, and he told me he did rap, and I'm like, dude, one day I would love to do a song kind of like together, and one day I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I have this song, I'm going into the studio tomorrow, can you come over my house tonight, you know, we can discuss, and then tomorrow we'll just head there, and he just came over my house, you know. I remember we we drank a bottle of wine, just had a whole bottle and didn't, you know, and it was so cool, and we were just discussing the lyrics, and he didn't write any of the lyrics he sang in the song. That was all when he went in the studio. He just sang those lyrics. It was just all improvised, which was really, really cool.
That's so cool.
It's like, and it was a one take too. You know, there wasn't, and then obviously like during the second chorus of the song, we're kind of vibing off each other. Like I'll say the beast, and he's going back at me. We're just going back and forth, which is kind of cool.
So it's like kind of like country meets rap, right?
Rap, yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
I always want, because I love all genres, right? And I think to limit yourself to one genre, that's why like even like on my Instagram profile putting Outlaw Country is just, I kind of don't want to do it. Like every day I'm always looking at it because it's kind of bothering me, because it's just like I don't want to dedicate myself, or not dedicate, specify myself to one genre, because I'm not just country, you know, I'm blues, even though country and blues, they grew up together, right? Delta Blues, Robert Johnson started all that. You know, it's something that I love, and just when people say, oh, you know, I'm a rock guy, I hate rap, or I'm a metalhead and I hate, you know,
like hip hop or something.
Hip hop. Yeah. It's like, but you haven't gave it a chance to listen to.
Yeah.
And you're just closing off one whole entire genre just because
you don't like it.
You don't like it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And you know, growing up, I listened to Eminem and stuff like that.
Yes.
He was in there. You know, he's a great, the way he can just come up with any lyric and the meaning to it. That's the thing that blows my mind about him, is that he can spit a line and then that line has so much meaning that just like blows your mind. It's crazy.
Yeah, they say he's the rap god.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. So yeah, that whole thing came about because, you know, you hear a lot of celebrities, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people will say, oh, you know, he sold his soul to play that guitar that well. Meaning, in my head, I'm like, no, he just probably played the guitar for a very long time and got good at it eventually, you know. Like, the one kind of I'm not going to say the song was about him or got inspired by him, but like Jimmy Page, right? Because he bought a house that, please forgive me because I forget the name of the house and the name of the man who owned it, but he was into black magic. And there was talks about, you know, like him performing some of it to make his band take off, because Led Zeppelin was one of the fastest bands to take off. You know, it was like I think an 8 or 9 month period, and they were already playing stadiums. So that's a very fast time. So people were saying, oh, you know, he was playing around with that stuff, which I don't believe is true. You know, if you have good music, and especially at that time, exposing that type of great music is it's a very good coincidence of timing. And just talent, because all those guys, Bonzo, Robert Plant, John Bonham, John Paul Jones, and Jimmy Page are just amazing musicians. But back to the lyrics, a lot of people, it's just that vibe, you know, like if someone were, or like Robert Johnson, to summon the devil to seek their fortune, fame to claim, that evil eye is always going to be watching you.
Yeah.
You know? it's never going to go away.
It's like the big brother eye.
Yeah, exactly. And the dark shadow. I mean, every time I didn't think about it when I was writing the song, but now that I go back, funny enough, I always think about the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze at the end when those ghosts take the bad guy away. Yeah. It's like, so, you know, like there's the demons, like the shadows represent, the 7 shadows represent. That's what they represent in the song. Yeah.
Well, that's all I have to say. I don't know what else to ask you. This is like my second time doing this. Yeah, but, you know, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You know, it's been great. You know, CM is like a longtime friend of mine. We went through like Seneca together. Okay, it was very stressful. Okay, I didn't even know this guy was going to be like an artist. I thought he was going to be an actor, but then bam. So if you guys are interested in listening to the full song, it's available on YouTube and bandcamp.com. Follow Cmr Outlaw. He has a lot more dope songs that are free to listen to and own. His Instagram and YouTube channel will be in the description box below. If you are a local artist in Toronto and want to be on the next BT, send me a message on my email or DM us on our Instagram page. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow our IG page if you want to see more. Stay weird, my friends.